Yeah, this is me psyching myself up. It's time to do this video. So, hi friends, welcome back to my channel. What are we doing today? Today I am doing the cover for my Huevember, well, my Inktober Huevember piece. I am sure you would have been following me along on my Inktober journey and also following me along on that Huevember journey. But today I am doing the cover and I want to do it as a special video for you guys because I want to incorporate my acrylic markers collection that I have, that I've been surrounded by. You're not seeing all of it. Yeah, there's a few more in that corner there, and there's a few more behind me. Okay, please, sorry, let me straighten you out. Please understand me when I say this. My acrylic marker collection was not a one-time buy. This has been an acrylic marker collection that has spanned the spectrum of about 4 years. Wait, we're in 2025, yeah. No, 25, 5 years. No, 2025. Call it 2019 when I first started my acrylic journey into 2020, and well, my acrylic marker journey, it started like 2019 into 2020. So most of these markers, particularly these ones, which has been some of my first acrylic markers that I owned, came from that beginning. And then I started to, I think it was this year, I started to make a secret investment into more acrylic markers. So most of these have been from that journey in 2019 to like 2021. Most of these. The few of them that came more recently are these ones. Yeah, because these ones are the real brush nips. Now these ones I found right here in my country. They're from a brand that is popular here in my country, Pointer, and it's also, it came in sets of 3. I think I mentioned that before in a previous video, that these came in sets of 3, and I got the 3 sets that were available to me at the time. So I have 9 of these. And the other one that has been recent, I think these months, because I made a 6 months investment into Scroller Box, and these came in the Scroller Box. These first markers, you're not seeing the name properly. Let me grab a better one. I believe it's the black. Yes, the first, sorry to hit them. Yeah, black. Here we go. So these ones are from that era, and also this year, that would have been 2024 era. I think these ones, yeah, these are 2024. My 2025 investments are these ones here. These are brush tip, not real bristle tips, but the more fiber brush tip. These are not the spongy kind. These are more like the fiber tip kind. So I made this investment. I have 4 sets here, and I said these are investments that I've made because I wanted to feel what it's like, and I must confess these are really nice. They're actually a little better than the Poscas, which I find impossible. So these are some, and one thing I have to say, I haven't done a review on these in my channel as yet. I have been using them. I haven't done a review on them though. But one thing I should say, you see the name here, Zwapzit. Let me bring you in close. Zwapzit. You see that name? Yeah, Zwap. That is not the name on the marker. While I was re-swatching them, I learned that that's the name on the marker. But these are the same packaging. So I found that amazing. If you want, let me take one out of the packaging, show you. Yeah, see? There you see. Come on. Yeah, there it is. That's the name that's on the marker. So that's very interesting. This is just a marker casing that I refashioned into this casing because I want to keep them together. Okay, so that, And I also made this investment into these ones because I felt that this set was a bit limited. So I got the skin tone and the gray tones to these set. So that was okay. And the last one, literally the last set that I invest in, are these. These now I got from my country, here in the country of Belize. Let me bring you guys back out. These ones here I got here in my country of Belize. They're pointer, and these are dual-ended skin tones. Yeah, so they have brush tip, the same fiber tip, but it's dual-ended with dual colors. So I think my exploration into acrylic marker pens is finished. It's not to show you the excess. Please know that yes, it is. I think it's the researcher in me that I want to explore different things, but I'm showing you this investment to show you that I have been playing with them a lot. And now I have blabbered long enough. I think it's time for me to get to my real truth. So, oh, there's a rain cloud passing by. It just darkened like everything. But anyway, the reason I'm talking about this is because of this. Now, I want to talk about this before doing this, which is my coloring project for this video, because I recently re-swatched my acrylic markers. It took me about a day to do. I made the book. I gessoed cardstock. So this is gessoed cardstock with black gessoed, and I gessoed the cardstock on the opposite side from the cover. Well, I doubled the cardstock here, glued it together, doubled it, and then I gessoed the inner part with white gesso or just normal gesso, and I re-swatched all my acrylic markers. So these are the colors that I'm working with. These are the colors that are at my disposal. And like I said, this is not really a review video or my perspective on these because I really haven't done one. But I'm doing this because of that. I really haven't done one. And it's raining. Excuse me. Okay. Sorry about that. So yeah, this is to kind of do like a review perspective video. I know definitely I did one on these two products. Told you it's raining. Let me bring you in a bit. Here we go. I definitely did a perspective on this. This is also pointer. This is the pointer acrylic markers. Okay, and I have other sets. These are from their first set. This is one. And let me find his equivalent right here. So yeah, so they did have a plain one and one with the same thing but in glitter. And so this is the plain one and this is the glitter one right there, right above it. But the thing that I find amazing is these two in this set. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not because, and the ring. Not because it's dried out. And like I said, I've had these since 2019 thereabout. These are some of the first that I've had, and here I have 1, 2, 3 in this set that has dried out. So just for a point of reference, so you guys can be aware of what's going on. Oh my goodness, would you believe a rainstorm just happened to happen the minute I start recording? All morning it was hot, bright, beautiful sun, and as soon as I flipped the camera on, dark clouds. Anywho, it's easing up. Look like dark clouds are passing. Thank you, Lord. But back to my point, I just want to show you how it has diminished in this sense. Also, these ones here, these are supposed to be the outline markers. These ones that are here. And these, a couple of them feel dry. A few of them feel dry. This one feel dry. This one feel dry. This one feel dry. But the point is the way it absorbed into it doesn't really show the outline on this. So I'm not sure if the dye or something is not working. And also these ones here, well, these ones are really old. Like the drier ones are from like 2019, 2020. But these ones here, it's like they have dye and glitter in it. So while the acrylic portion sit on top of the gesso, the dye portion kind of seeped into the cardstock. Beautifully, it then seeped into the other side of the cardstock. And this is a single sheet of cardstock. So maybe gessoing it first actually worked, which is kind of cool. Okay, sorry guys. I was just in awe of the rain. And I'm actually very thankful that it rained. Because I planted some shrubs a couple days ago. And just for your information, I am solely dependent on the good Lord to water my shrubs for me, because he knows that I am not really good at remembering to water plants. And for that reason, I am so thankful for this rain. Thank you. But back to my point. So basically, that's where I am. That's where I am with this. So this is the cover. Back to the cover. So I do have a couple spaces here and here. If I'm leaving this space intentionally, if I'm going to invest in more Poscas. For right now, I only invested in 24. Maybe I might invest in some in the future. You never know. And then we'll see where this is at in the next few years, where I decide to do my re-swatch my acrylic marker collection. This is really good. I like keeping it like this. I find this system here, having a book where they're all are at, especially these are good for me because they're kept together anyway. So when I pull the book out, I know exactly which is which, and it is separated in here, which is also good for me, because that way, you know, it's like for me, in my mind, it's like they're in sets, but in actuality they're not. But anyway, now that you know where I am at and why I'm where I'm at, we're going to go now to my coloring project. And this is the conclusion to my Inktober Huevember project that we had for 2025. And today we're coloring this. I haven't selected the color palette for this as yet. I kind of have a feeling where I want to go with this. I know definitely the little one is blue. That's where I want to go. I don't know what colors I'm going to put here or in the background. That's interesting, because there is a paint. I have a paint. I have some acrylic paints I could use. Somehow I don't think I want to use my acrylic markers to color a background. I think I want to use acrylic paint. But if I use acrylic paint, what colors I'm going to use? Okay, this is me being indecisive. This video is going to be 30 minutes long. Sorry. But yeah, I think it's best that I use some paints here. And being that I only have, what colors? Okay, I only have like 3 different colors. So let me grab some acrylic paints. And I'm going to use that for my background. And then I'm going to use the acrylic markers on top of that. And hopefully it works. Okay, we are finished. Oh my gosh. I love it. I really, really do love it. Oh my goodness. I was amazed. I was actually floored about the amount of wow. I mean, I had this vision in my head, and like there's certain things I want to do, like here where there is a I want to like put little blubbies and whatever, but I'm like, I'm gonna be okay with it. I really do love my cover. I was also trying to use colors that I highlighted in the stories, like red and orange and green and yellow and green, and also blue and purple. So I wanted to highlight those here so that you can see them. And I love it. I can't believe how much I really, really love it. What I'm doing right now is I'm just pulling out the white. Of course, I'm pulling out the white. And I'm just putting a bit of, some little things here. Ooh, too much. Ooh, 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 too much, too much. I should have put it here better. Yeah. So now I just ruined it. I ruins it. Oh gosh, I shouldn't have put it there first. I should have put it up there. Because really that was only a spot. And I was shaking, and I didn't think I was shaking that much, but apparently I was. So let's see how I'm going to save this. Okay, small piece of tissue. And this should be science. My tissue should just suck up the liquid. If I just dip it there by the order of, what's the thing we call osmosis? So the tissue should suck up the liquid. And I'm using like little pieces of it by order of osmosis, like dry tissue. This is osmosis. I think I am channeling it correctly, osmosis. And then I'm going to use this, which is a small paintbrush, just to kind of like sort it out just a bit and kind of clean it up a bit. The beautiful thing about this paintbrush that I'm using, it's one of my more plain paintbrush. So even though I did make a mistake, I did make a mess, it would have not been a Made by Dawn original if there was no Made by Dawn mistakes. Honestly, it wouldn't have been. I am known for my mess ups. And there I go, shaking again. Hopefully, because it's a Posca, I noticed Posca doesn't really dump. So, yeah. And the lines on the Posca, the marks I can make with the Posca is way thinner than the lines I could have made with that frisk. That frisk was untested. But it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, because I'm dealing with acrylic markers, and the one thing I realize about acrylic markers is that you can cover up your mistakes as if they never happen. So that's what I'm doing. I just need to put a little bit of red between that, and I think I'll have that all covered up. And now I am covered with acrylic paints, if you noticed, because I've been dealing with acrylic paints. But this was a lot of fun, guys. I was having way too much fun. It took me about two hours to complete, only because, well, about, yeah, 2.5 hours, only because I had to wait until the cover was dried. I wanted the cover to dry completely before I dashed in there with the other stuff. But all in all, I really do love it. I really want to put some globulars in here, but I think I'm going to ruin it. I'm going to leave it as is. It was fun. It is amazing. I hope you are able to color along with me, follow along with me on this journey. If you're a member of my Patreon, I believe the coloring pages from this book, yeah, is up for your November color along, so you can color along with me with this book. I even think I left the cover uncolored too. But in any case, this will be up for you. I might do something. I'm thinking of doing something. But in any case, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this journey. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.